On the southern edge of Death Valley, about 50 miles west of Las Vegas, there's a small strip in a tiny town we honestly didn't even know existed, and probably never would have picked as a destination, but a last-minute invite changed everything. What we found turned into one of our favorite adventures yet. Originally scheduled to visit Palm Springs, a new friend convinced us to meet him and his instructor out in the desert, and today we visit Shoshone Airport in Shoshone, California. And yes, that is how you pronounce it. We confirmed it with the locals.
Shoshone traffic, Aero 139 Hotel, 6 miles to the south, descending through 3,200 for straight in 33 Shoshone.
Today we would depart Corona VFR on a deceptively windy day. It was calm winds on the ground, but as soon as we reached 100 feet AGL, we had a tailwind which slowed the climb rate, which would not be obvious until we made the left turn and realized we were being pushed to the west. The wind stabilized and we headed east until we made contact with SoCal departure for a flight following, and then headed north over the Cajon Pass, then northeast, while making sure we stayed out of any restricted airspace, which I'll dive into deeper a little later. Then we headed due north for a straight in to runway 33, but it wouldn't be so easy. Let's just say it took 2 attempts. The town of Shoshone was founded in 1910 by Ralph Jacobus Fairbanks. His daughter then married Charles Charlie Brown, which continued to manage and operate the town's core businesses. And today, descendants of that family still own the town and businesses, most prominently the great-granddaughter of Ralph Jacobus Fairbanks, Susan Sorrells, which along with her husband Robbie Haynes have made it a mission to restore and conserve the local fragile desert environment. Shoshone Airport is untowered at an elevation of almost 1,600 feet with one short and narrow runway, 1533 at 2,380 by 30 feet wide. This is definitely one of the narrower runways to land on. The only slimmer one we've landed on was at Halter Ranch near Paso Robles at 25 feet. So hopefully you practice that centerline discipline and go-arounds, because we're going to experience that today. A major consideration on this approach, which I'll discuss on our first landing attempt, is the power lines that run parallel to the runway on the east side. They definitely had our attention.
Yeah, mixture full, props full, seatbelts, landing lights.
Let's talk weather. It's VFR friendly almost year round. The real challenge here is density, altitude, and winds. Winter is hands down the best flying season. Expect cool mornings, smooth air, low density altitude, and clear skies with daytime highs in the 60s and 70s. Winds are usually light in the morning and pick up a bit in the afternoon, but of course, weather does what it wants, and we had strong gusts today. Spring brings warmer temps and increasing winds. Density altitude starts to climb, and by late morning you'll feel thermal turbulence, especially near terrain. Still very flyable, just plan earlier departures. In summers, this is where things get serious. Temperatures regularly exceed 100 degrees, and despite the low field elevation, density altitude can feel like 6,000 to 8,000 feet or more. Takeoff rolls get long, climb performances drop, and afternoon flying can be rough with strong winds, gust fronts, and the occasional monsoon weather. If it's not obvious, probably the best thing to do is get up early, get back early.
Shoshone traffic, Aero 139 Hotel on a 1 mile final for 33 straight in. Full stop, Shoshone.
Now let's talk airspaces, because out here it can get a little confusing fast, and the biggest thing to remember is stay out of the restricted unless given explicit permission by LA Center. Let's just say that Shoshone is between two major restricted airspaces, Edwards Air Force Base and Groom Lake, and for those that don't know, Groom Lake is where Area 51 is. I don't think you want to test how serious the US military is about their top secret aircrafts. Now this was a rough approach, and you're about to hear why we had to go around.
Your green lights down and locked. Green lights down and locked.
With the combination of the terrain surrounding and strong winds, we knew it was going to be a bumpy approach.
Turn around. Gears up.
And yes, that did perk us up. You'll see after we land Irene's reaction.
Shoshone traffic, everything in the hotel going around. Shoshone traffic, Aero 3 hotel, turning right crosswind 33, Shoshone.
Now the airspace you are allowed in are the MOAs, the military operating area. But just make sure you're speaking with LA Center so at least they can advise you of any military jets around, because those things, in case you guys didn't know, are really, really fast.
Shoshone traffic, Aero 3 hotel, turning right downwind 33, Shoshone. Gas, undercarriage, extra full props, full seatbelts, landing lights. Alright, let's try this again.
Now you guys got a preview of the runway, but there are some highly important logistical factors to note. First is that there is absolutely no fuel here. There are no on-field bathrooms, no pilot lounge, no automatic weather. The closest field with fuel is 25 miles northeast, and personally, I don't count on any airport out here having fuel, so we departed Corona with 7 hours of fuel and departed here with 5 hours of fuel left, more than enough to get us back home on our 2-hour return.
Shoshone traffic, Aero 3 now, hotel, turning on right base 33, Shoshone.
One additional important note, especially if you come here in the summer, is please travel with water. Even though out here there's a lot of open land in case of any in-flight emergencies, dehydration can kill. Luckily, Irene is much smarter than me, and she always brings plenty of water.
Shoshone traffic, Aero 3 now, hotel, turning final for 33, Shoshone.
Three green lights down and locked.
3 green down and locked.
And you'll notice on this approach, I don't come in fully straight in, I come in a little from the left, and that's to completely avoid the power lines being a factor altogether. And I know the power lines are really low, but it made me more comfortable, and you can see that reflected on the landing.
Shoshone traffic, Aero 39 hotel, short final 33.
Now, as far as transportation, it's pretty obvious there are no crew cars here, and I highly doubt that there's any rideshare, but know that everything in town is very walkable. We pretty much walk the entire town within an hour. So before we land, I'll warn you that there will be no airport diagram for this airport, and it's because there is no official FAA diagram, and really, we're not going to need it. This is such a small airport.
Yeah.
You had to work for that one.
Oh, man.
Look at that wind suck.
Right down the runway.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you guys don't think I was worn out after that, trust me, I took a long breather. But I do want to mention that even though I said there is no automated weather on this field, 40 miles to the north, there is a weather station called Mercury/Desert Rock that can give you a generally good idea of the winds and what directions they're coming from. Lastly, there are only 2 transient parking spots, just 2. A couple of friends of ours have come in the past in a group and they had to park in the dirt, which unlike the official transient parking spots, there are no tie down chains. So make sure to bring anchors to help tie down your plane. Luckily for us, it was just Hannah and our friend's plane.
Shoshone traffic arrow, 39 Hotel, clear of 33 Shoshone.
Oh, sorry, I'm slacking. Still recovering. After landing, mixture lean for taxi.
All right, lean for taxi.
Flaps up.
Flaps up.
Fuel pump off.
Fuel pump off.
Landing light off.
Landing light off.
Anti-collision off.
Anti-collision off.
Transponder VFR 1200 and trim to neutral.
All right, so after a very exciting approach, it's time to go explore Shoshone. We are here in Shoshone,
Yes,
and we had to earn our way in here.
we definitely did.
Oh my God. Yeah, as you guys just saw, we had to go around. The winds are pretty gusty. The good thing was that they're straight down the runway. But man, that first one was...
Yeah, my heart stopped a little.
But you heard, like, as soon as we heard the stall horn, I just put fuel power in and she climbed and we were fine. And matter of fact, on the pattern, it was mostly fine.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't until we were trying to come in to land again.
I know, but the landing was good.
Your landing was really good. The second try.
Yeah, it was good. But yeah, so we're here today. Again, we're trying to come down off of that just crazy approach. But it is windy, and that's why we're in here.
Really windy. I tried to open the door and I think I tried to close it again.
It's probably 15 to 20 knot winds here.
Yeah.
Regardless, we're gonna go check out all the stuff that Shoshone has to offer. We already kind of briefed it, but just to let you guys know again, we're gonna go check out some what are the things called?
They're like the dwellings in the hillside, and
Okay.
I think I can see them from here actually.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna go see that.
Yeah.
They're like makeshift. Again, we're gonna go check out the museum. We're gonna go check out the restaurant.
Yep.
Anything else we got going on?
Well, I think they have a cemetery here that
Oh,
has some
that's
of
right.
the original like founders of this town.
Right.
And I think just kind of get a feel for what this town has to offer. It is all very walkable. It is tiny in the
Yes.
middle of nowhere.
Well, it's walkable, especially when there's no winds. But today we're gonna be like fighting the winds the whole way.
And this is the gateway to Death Valley. So I see a giant DV on the hill, which is actually kind of cool. But yeah, I think this town is like one of the few stops that you can actually get food and fuel before you kind of get into the Death Valley area.
Right.
And these towns become far and fewer in between. So
And you found a lot of history about it.
I
Or you
did.
read a lot about it
Yeah.
last night.
things.
But the first thing that we could tell them about the airport, it really was just for civilian use, right?
It was, yeah. This one did not have any military history or background. It really was created just to serve the town. I think after the railroad had died.
And World War II, right after that, right? Because it was
Right.
like a big aviation boom after that.
Yep.
So now we're gonna get out. Again, we had to do it in here, much calmer. We can actually feel Hannah moving a little bit. But we're gonna go tie her down, make sure to do that, and walk around, show you guys around. So ready?
Yep.
All right, let's get out of here. You guys can see behind us, that was not like that when we arrived. And that was only like maybe 20 minutes ago. So I think all the wind has picked up all this dust and it's looking pretty, ugh. That's the best way I can explain it. Ugh.
Yeah, it's grim.
So anyways, we're gonna keep walking. You guys can, I'm sure there's no way these dead cats are gonna filter out any of this wind because it's just crazy. But yeah, it was like 4 guys in the helicopter. They had to go around.
Yeah.
And the helicopter has to go around, you know. So, all right, let's go. Our first stop was the museum, and from the outside it doesn't look like much, but seriously, when you go inside, they have so much history, and one particular thing would completely surprise us. And no, it wasn't the mammoth bones, as amazing as they were, it's something else. Not only were there camels, they were called giant camels. No one told us about this, but we're gonna look at, well, let me just show you, because, well, Irene's gonna show you, because
I'm so excited.
she saw this and she was like, oh my God. That's crazy.
This was back in 1969.
Really?
Yeah, and look, they have photos of the actual crash.
Whoa, whoa.
And look, they've got a serial number on it.
Whoa. So he was at flight level 240.
Okay.
And he was requesting a climb to 60,000 feet. That's what it says, requesting climbing above. If you guys know, they never tell you how high they go. They just say, can I get above something, right? So yeah, so he requested to climb above 600 flight level. Along that, something happened and then he ejected. It's crazy though.
Yeah.
That it happened right here.
Oh, I know.
No one ever talked about this.
I've never heard of it.
So you guys come check out this 591 crash. That's pretty cool.
And the mammoth.
And the mammoth. I know, but it's an SR-71. You just got done in the museum.
Yes.
What are your impressions?
I saw a mammoth, but more importantly,
Like I started with that. I saw a mammoth. But anyway.
SR-71 remnants from a crash that happened here.
In 1969, just like a few, maybe like a mile or so?
Yeah.
A couple of miles?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Which was cool that they had the transmission, like the transcript.
Oh, the transcript of the radio calls.
Yeah, I thought that was really telling. Like you said, they were trying to get to a very high flight level.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, but it was really cool. I think that, like, you caught me off guard. I was like, wait, what? How's this here? The little dynamite thing. What is it? What's it called?
The blaster.
Whatever that thing is
But they
called.
used to,
The
like,
detonator.
Yes. To blow up like mines and
Words.
stuff, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
because in cartoons, all you hear is like, oh, you just push down and they'll do it. But
Yeah.
I guess I never really questioned why was it a whole thing you had to push down and not just like a button.
I guess that's true.
Right, but as kids, you don't even think about it.
No.
Anyways.
But it requires some force.
But it did require some force. It really is. You're trying to like create some energy by pushing it down really, really hard. If you're out here and you guys want to check out some cool stuff, definitely come to the museum. They're really nice inside. And there's a confirmation. You had kind of looked it up yesterday, but it is Shoshone, not Shoshone.
Yes, that's correct.
'Cause
That's how
what-
all the locals are saying it
That's
here.
how they're saying it. And again, right now, that is my mission, to get stuff right before going into places.
Well, and also don't forget to go behind the museum. It doesn't look like you can go back there, but there is a pile of talc, which is one of the things that they mine here quite extensively. And you can actually feel and see what it looked like. And then there are remnants of the railway.
Yep.
So yeah, definitely take a look back there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool here. But we're gonna go check out the turtle pen?
I heard that there was a desert tortoise pen
Desert
here.
tortoise pen.
So we're gonna go take a look and see what we can see. And if not, then maybe we'll make our way to Dublin Gulch.
Oh, that's the other one. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was actually really cool. And I like these places because you learn a lot of stuff that you wouldn't otherwise, like where else would we learn a lot of this stuff?
Yeah.
So, but anyways, ready?
Yes.
Let's get going. So we were hoping to see some tortoises. Unfortunately, it looks like they were not camera ready today, so they weren't coming out, but maybe you guys will have better luck on your visit. Oh, that's cool.
They have the Crowbar Cafe, Redlands.
Really?
Right here, look, Redlands.
Oh.
They've got the Dublin Gulch, which we're gonna go to, and then look, the Eclipse mine, which was the mine where the talc came from. Okay, so we're currently at Shoshone Park, and you can see how close everything is. The inn is right here. Right beyond that is the only gas station,
Yeah.
and next to that is the post office, and then directly across the street, there are EV chargers out here. And it looks fairly new.
What?
That's what I said. That was my response.
I had to turn around. I was like, did you say EV chargers?
But they're there, look. I think there are quite a few.
What?
So if you find yourself out here with an electric vehicle, just know you can stop here.
It's time for Dublin Gulch. During the 1920s, miners carved dwellings in this caliche clay embankment. The name Dublin Gulch may have come from an area of the same name in Butte, Montana, where one resident, Joe Vollmer, once lived. Some caves have split levels, stovepipes, and garages. What?
And you can see them. You can see the stovepipe.
Oh, what the heck? Whoa. Explain a little bit of what you read of what these things are, how they were created, why they were created.
So my understanding is that back in the day when mining really started picking up here and the railroad workers were here, that they actually started digging into this clay in the hillside because it was so soft. They were able to do that, and they ended up living there. And it actually was perfect for the area because caliche clay is a perfect insulator. So during the summer, it would keep them cool inside and it would stay nice and cold when it was hot out here because we're out in the desert.
Oh.
And during the winter, when the temperatures really dropped, it would stay nice and warm inside. And so over the years, when the railroad workers went away, the miners were using it. And then eventually, a lot of like grifters and they said hobos, not my word.
That's what you read.
Yeah. They called them hobos, would come and actually stay in these dwellings. And over time, they've actually pretty much cleared them out. And now they're just preserved as part of history. So you can go around and poke around and kind of look. I don't know that we can get inside.
Right.
But
They used to, right?
yeah, but we can try.
We can go find out.
But it's really cool to see the stovepipes still there.
Yeah.
And I want to say that this is probably one of the rare and most unique things about like the desert landscape.
Oh, there's some there.
Yeah. So they're kind of all over.
Oh, okay.
I think you can go inside of that one. So, historical district.
Oh, you can actually go in there.
Yeah.
Wanna go check?
Yeah.
Let's go. Whoa.
So yeah, it's really cool because look, you can see where they stacked, almost like you would for a foundation, right?
Oh,
or like a
yeah.
retaining wall. So they knew what they were doing.
That's crazy.
This is pretty walkable. There's a little bit of uneven terrain, but for the most part, you could see where the worn paths are.
Yeah.
But I'm actually really glad. I showed up in tennis shoes. We flew in tennis shoes. I put my hiking boots on when we landed, and I'm kind of glad I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have them on. It's not even if you just have regular shoes like
Yeah.
I'm wearing, it's fine. It's mostly flat, like you said.
It is mostly flat, but I like it just because it's so dusty.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna do this, maybe wear a pair of shoes you don't really care about.
Yep.
Look at that.
Oh.
We're gonna take a look inside this one here. So yeah, you can see the walls are just dug into. There isn't anything structurally supporting any of this. And they've carved out little niches, and I think, yeah, it's very powdery. So you can just kind of dig in. So it would be easy for them to do that. And it's pretty warm outside, but it's nice and cool in here. It's kept at a really comfortable temperature.
And how long has this been here?
Early 1900s.
Man,
Yeah.
are you serious?
Right? But so these guys were like cave dwellers.
Yeah.
And they did all of this. I mean, obviously they had tools, but like by
Right.
hand, there was no machinery. And it was very rudimentary, but it was perfect for what they needed.
I mean, it's still here.
right?
Like over 100 years later.
It's so cool. Seriously, one of my favorite things here.
That is nuts.
So that looked pretty similar.
Oh, this does. Man, that's so crazy.
I just think it's really cool.
It is.
And to know, like you said, it's been here for so long and so many different people have used it and it's still standing.
Yeah.
So I think we saw the stovepipes on that one.
Yes.
And so
No, this one.
Oh,
It's
okay.
these.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually, then it's probably this one. Oh, wait.
Do they have a thing around the corner? Because that could be a hearth back there.
Oh.
In the corner? Yeah. Oh. Besides this being incredibly cool that they did this mostly by hand and without really any other structural supports, what's the nicest thing about this is the view. Check this out. They've got an incredible 180 view. And even with the road noise down there, so you can see that's where the 178 and the 127 meet, there's hardly any road noise. You can't hear anything. And back then, they didn't have paved roads. Their roads were dirt and gravel, and the railroad ran through here.
See him?
I do. So Roger's filming our friend that's coming in right now. It looks like he's on the downwind.
Shoshone traffic, 5 Mike Charlie's turn, final runway 33 Shoshone.
We are leaving now Dublin Gulch, and I think you left highly impressed.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot here. And if you're into history, even are mildly interested in railroads, mining, anything California history, or just the desert,
Right.
like it's so peaceful here too.
But right now we're gonna go meet our friend. He just landed. He did better than I did. He landed on the first try.
Oh, he did?
He did. And then we're gonna give you guys what you really want to see, which is food, which actually I'm very hungry now.
I know, I worked up an appetite and just kind of exploring, so it's perfect.
So yeah, let's go do that, and then we'll see you guys at, what's it called? The restaurant?
The Crowbar?
Crowbar. Day use only. I know housing is expensive in LA, but you can't come here and sleep here.
If that's any indication, it's 57 miles to the next service.
Whoa.
If you're flying, not a big deal. If you're
Not a
driving,
big deal.
it's about an hour.
How are you doing?
Good. Good to meet you.
Great to meet you too, my wife Irene.
Hi.
How are you?
Nice to
What's
meet
your
you.
name?
Exactly, yes.
I'm Roger. My wife Irene.
Hi, Irene. Nice to meet
Nice to
you.
meet you.
guys. Eventually, our friends Tim and Jim arrived in their plane a couple of hours after our arrival, and the only reason was because we got here much earlier to do some filming. But it was perfect timing because we had worked up an appetite. We have to say the food was delicious and the service was great. But the only thing we'd like to warn you about is something we weren't prepared for, is that the burgers come dry. So if you want mustard or mayonnaise, make sure to ask.
I love the Crowbar. This is just fun.
It's a great place.
It was really good.
Breakfast, I would come here.
How long has
I
this?
want to fly in and stay in the hotel.
And now that we're stuffed, it's time to burn off some of those calories by walking over to the Pupfish pond, a fish that at one time was considered extinct.
I love the Armagosa River, but I don't want to stop everything, from doing everything here. But the pupfish are really unique. They live here. They live in other places too, but they're in the Armagosa River. This is a hot water spring. It's coming out of here. So the water's warm.
Good. Oh, there's a creek. Yeah.
Like an inch long.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And so those are the pupfish.
Oh.
And they are ancient. They've been here forever.
Where's this water coming from, man?
I'll walk you up and show you. I'm sure it's hot water. So the reason people go to Tecopa, it's a mineral, it's hot water. That's the whole purpose of people going there. There's a natural hot springs, and it's all about going and soaking in the hot tubs. I love the geology here. This is why I love coming up here. It's beautiful. Death Valley.
I didn't know any of this stuff was even here.
Me either. I mean, you had looked up stuff and nothing showed you this. Huh?
No.
Look at these mountains. You can see the colors in them. These are the same that you see in Death Valley. It's sedimentary rock. It's a geologic wonder here. There was a huge Pleistocene lake. That the remnant, that's the lake bottom. You see this eroded away, and for eons of time there was huge fresh water here. There would have been woolly mammoths and camels and animals that don't exist today.
Yeah.
Would have been around here when the fresh water was here. That cabin is a historic cabin that belonged to one of the Indian members. Tecopa is named after Chief Tecopa. If you go in the museum, it talks about who he was. And so there were Indians living here, the different tribes, and that's one of their cabins.
Whoa.
And it's still there. We can go and take a look at it, but I'll show you the water source.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I don't know if you can reach in, but the water's warm. If you touch it,
Really?
it's warm, yeah.
Go ahead, reach in. I'm very curious.
It won't burn you, it's not that hot.
Whoa. It's, you know how warm it is?
How?
Where I can barely actually feel the water.
What?
It's almost like, yeah, it's like perfect temperature where you can't even feel it.
This is why
Wow.
people love Tecopa. They come
You
to
have to, yeah.
Yeah.
going out. Yeah, just reach in a little bit. It's just naturally coming out of the ground, but they're regulating it here. And they're filling the
You can take a
spring.
bath on it.
Yeah.
So you need
Oh.
to take a look. It's just an old adobe cabin.
Yeah.
So we're here during the cool time of the year. You can imagine most of the year it's terribly hot here.
Yeah.
But on a cold day, I mean, it does get here. See the adobe's totally fallen in, but you want to get out. I mean, it's just a wonderful day here today.
Yeah.
It's beautiful today.
I would say in the summertime, it's like 29. It's, you know, it's 110 and warm. And
Oh.
Any idea how old this is?
you know, it talks about this in the museum. So when we go in the museum, actually they ID this and they'll talk about who lived here.
I do want to add that before Jim and Tim arrived, we thought we had seen everything. So a huge thanks to Jim for making this feel like a VIP backstage tour.
Interpretive kiosk was fading in the sun, but it kind of showed the blue color of them. But you can really see when they turn here how beautiful they are.
Mm-hmm.
Is that foot?
No, this is actually a tool. So let me show you this. This is an Indian tool. This is a scraper. See how it fits in my hand? It's to clean an animal. It's a scraper. See how it's been napped and flaked? It is literally just a tool. You would have made it right here in the field to clean an animal or something, but that's exactly what it is. Oh. You can see how it fits. It fits in my hand from multiple different, but there's the scraping edge on it. You know, I'll let you see it.
Wow. That's
It just happened to be sitting there.
To say this day was exciting is an understatement. It was exciting, fascinating, and enlightening. But now it was time to head back to Hannah and time to go home. We are getting ready to get out of here. It is 3:16, but it was a very fun day.
It was really fun and super unexpected.
Very unexpected. So we met a friend, Tim, and his friend, Jim, which we had no idea that Jim was that popular in Shoshone.
He is a rock star. like a true celebrity.
Yeah. And Tim was awesome. He had a very inspiring story about how he really didn't think he would get what he got today, but he just kept going and he got everything he ever wanted in life. It looks like. So to Tim and to Jim, thank you guys for making this a very special stop, which we wouldn't have done if it wasn't for you guys.
Yeah.
So some highlights.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think for me, it was still the SR-71. That was really cool. I know, obviously, this is besides me and Tim and Jim.
Yes, of course.
But for Shoshone, you know what? I want to say the SR-71, but man, the stuff that Jim showed us with the
Pupfish?
Pupfish, that was so cool. And now you guys know where to go look at it.
Yes, and for me personally, Dublin Gulch was like,
oh my God,
really cool.
Yeah.
I could spend like half a day there just climbing and exploring. I would come back just for that.
Oh yeah, and food was delicious.
Food was good, and the service was super nice. Yeah, friendly.
Yeah. So if you guys get a chance to come to this airport, it might not have been on your radar, but it should be now. Yeah. Because they have a lot of just fascinating history, just things to see, and I don't know. I don't know what to expect out of Shoshone, but it wasn't this.
No.
Right, and so we're actually really excited to share this with you guys so you guys can come here and come visit. Just mind the winds because it can get pretty gusty. Luckily for us, we're actually outside. You guys can see that. It's not as bad as it was when we came in.
When we landed, it was much worse.
But yeah, we're getting ready to get out of here now. Anything else you want to say before we leave?
No, I just know that we're going to be back here again because this is a very cool stop. Super unexpected.
Super unexpected.
And I hear that sunset here is really spectacular.
Which we're going to see today, actually.
Maybe, but I'm saying like stay here.
I'll stay here.
And catch the sunset.
So again, Shoshone very, very much surprised us. Amazing people here, very friendly.
Oh yeah.
And so, yes, highly recommended you guys come here. And now you guys know what to expect. Yep. So, ready to get out of here?
Let's go.
Let's go do a sunset departure on much better conditions than coming. So. All right, guys. Well, we'll see you guys on the next one. Wow, we really had no idea what to expect coming here. And the last thing we thought is we would have a tour from pretty much a local. So thank you so much, Jim. It was so much more fascinating than we could have imagined.
Shoshone traffic, Aero 193 Hotel, taxiing back to runway 33 from Transient Parking, Shoshone.
And also a special thanks to our friend Tim for sending us an invite the day before, and of course for a delicious lunch at the restaurant. It's funny how the stars align sometimes. Tim told us that both him and Jim have been trying to link up to fly somewhere for months, and they do it just at the right time for us to tag along. So again, thank you both.
Short field takeoff, so 2 notches flaps.
The museum was also a huge surprise because, as we said, crashed SR-71 parts. How do we not know about this? And how is this not more popular? But upon further research, Irene found out that the reason that SR-71 crashed, this is so sad to say, was because duct tape was lodged inside one of the tubes of the airplane's pedostatic system. I would not want to be that AMP. And of course, we want to thank those that keep this train, or more appropriately, plane flying, and it's all of our members. We just returned from a trip that covers a new series of airports that we have been so excited to film for so long. It starts next week, but it doesn't happen without the support of all of our members. And we hope that all of our Patreon members enjoyed all the real-time footage at those airports. Again, we can't thank you guys enough.
Alright, wind direction, engine monitor. I'm gonna put on cylinder 2. Okay, applying brakes, applying brakes. Count flaps are open. Get it on, fuel pump on. Mixture full. Door secure.
Latch secure.
Low texture hardline, crossing correction, and
You're down on approach.
Shoshone traffic, over 1939 Hotel, taking runway 33 for a right downwind departure, Shoshone.
After more than 100 airports, we're still amazed by how special some of these places are. The history isn't just something you read about, it's tangible. From the landscapes to the buildings the miners once lived in. These are places we would likely never have experienced without aviation, and that's what makes flying so special. It's not just about the airplanes, but the people and the places aviation connects us to. We're incredibly fortunate to be part of this community, and even luckier to have you guys along for the ride. A ride that took us to Texas and back, but next week we head east to a valley where some people move specifically to become pilots. A place that made me feel like a student pilot all over again. But until then, go fly, go discover.
Shoshone traffic, Aero 39 Hotel, turning right, crosswind 33, Shoshone. Shoshone traffic, Aero 39 Hotel, turning right downwind 33, Shoshone.
November 258 Juliet Sierra, contact Las Vegas approach 125.02.
125.02 for...
$250 knots to your lifeline.
...250 Descend via the rounders for 1 left, 3 Mike.
Center, can we have that frequency again for 8 Juliet Sierra? All right, thanks. Jet Juliet Sierra.
Center, good afternoon, 944 Bravo Tango with you, 15,500 level. 3011, thank you, sir.
Center American 3243 at flight level 240.
Round 4, 1 left, altimeter 3011.
Descend via the rounders for 1 left transition, American 3243.
Big Shed 203, contact approach 125.02.
2502, Big Shed 203.
American 3243, maintain speed 270.
Hold 270, American 3243.
November 5112 Lima, contact Las Vegas approach 125.02.
1.125.02, 1 to Lima.
November 5519 Juliet, contact Las Vegas approach 125.02.
2502 for 5519 Juliet.
Hello, Center, JetJet 588 with you, 230.
Exit 588, LA Center Roger.
Center, Riddle 38 has the weather and habits here. We'd like the VOR Alpha and habits here, Riddle 38. Thank you.
November 944 Bravo Tango, contact Las Vegas approach 125.02.
I'm sorry, sir, 125.02?
Affirmative, 25.02 for November 4 Bravo Tango.
25.02, thank you so much.
via the routers, Jet 580. Will do, sir. We'll comply with published speeds, Jet 588. Center, just at 700, 24, or leveling 240. Send via the rounders, landing 1 left, again at 700.
Hey, for American 3243, 1 public speeds at rounders. Right on, we'll do.
LA South 2702210, what's this for? November 4171 Hotel Center.
Needles at about 6,000. Clear for the viewer off Lake Havasu, Riddle 38. Good afternoon, LA Center, Ever 1939 Hotel, 10 miles north of Baker, VFR request.
Aircraft over Baker, say again your call sign?
1939 Hotel.
November 1939 Hotel, log 6746.
6746, 39 Hotel.
November 1939 Hotel, state type aircraft and destination.
39 Hotels, a P28 Romeo Slant Golf, destination Corona, Alpha Juliet Oscar.
November 1939 Hotel, your radar contact, you 7 miles north of the Baker Airport. Altitude indicates 9,500 and the target altimeter 3008.
3008, 39 Hotel, thank you.